My dear young friends, sisters and brothers, as we know that our children are facing the grimmest crisis of our times, this is not simply a health crisis or economic crisis. This is the crisis of morality, justice, and civilization. We have seen throughout the history that violence affects our children most, may it be social, economic, political violence, may it be the structural violence. Children suffer most. We know that if we don't act now, we may risk to lose the entire generation to this pandemic. If we don't act now, it is imminent that such a large number of our children would be trapped into child labor, slavery, trafficking, and millions would be thrown out of the schools and they cannot go back to their schools. We were hoping that the world would know and learn that we are interconnected. We cannot solve our problem without creating a culture of universal responsibility and globalize our compassion. But unfortunately, this is not happening. $8 trillion have been allocated for COVID-19 response fund by the wealthiest countries. But out of that, only 0.13%, not even 0.5% or 1%, 0.13% are allocated through the multilateral means to the most marginalized children and their families in the world. This is unacceptable. This is injustice. I would say that this is criminal. And therefore, if we have to end violence against children, we have to demand for fair share for our children. Several Nobel laureates, world leaders, and youth organizations, student organizations, teachers, workers came together for this demand that 20% of the COVID-19 response fund should be allocated for 20% marginalized children and their families. And not only that, in the post-pandemic time, this fair share should be a culture. Fair share should be a new norm, not only in budgetary allocations and ODAs, but also in making policies and their enforcement. Marginalized children must get their fair share. Next year, 2021, is the International Year for Elimination of Child Labor declared by the United Nations. This is an opportunity because child labor in any its forms is violence. It is the denial of human dignity and freedom. It is the denial of opportunities. This is violence. So we have to pledge it now or act it now so that we do not risk to lose our generation to child labor. Thank you so much.